Hi, I'm Ed Kelley, editor of the Oklahoman. Some states are doing what Oklahoma may be forced to do at some point by making hard decisions on who to lock up and for how long. Oklahoma has some 25,000 people in its corrections system, an 8-fold increase in barely 30 years. We incarcerate more women per capita than any other state and rank third nationally in the number of men we imprison. The state's corrections system is habitually underfunded. And even if the prison population were to level off or decline, there's a serious issue of overhauling or replacing prisons that are nearly as old as the state itself. Across the country, in red and blue states alike, the Washington Post reports public officials are looking at a variety of ways to cut costs in running prisons. They include early release for some convicts and changing the rules of parole. In one case, in South Carolina, of possibly abolishing parole altogether. None of these proposals in any of the states has to do with enlightened efforts to treat inmates in a different way. It's all about state budgets. The Post story quotes a study that shows spending on corrections at the state level jumped by 127% in the last 20 years, 6 times higher than on higher education. In Oklahoma, the rapid rise in prison population means the corrections department careens from one fiscal crisis to another. The legislature recently appropriated enough money to fund the department for the upcoming fiscal year. If the money doesn't run out, that'd be the first time in 10 years that corrections was funded without an additional appropriation. At the same time, the Corrections Department must make do with a growing amount of employee vacancies because of budget constraints. A large number of openings means prisons, already dangerous places, even more dangerous for the employees who remain. A year ago, the legislature agreed to spend more than $800,000 for an outside audit of how Oklahoma could improve its corrections system. There were good ideas in the study, but there's no indication any of them will spark legislative approval this year. Which begs the question, exactly when will Oklahoma come to grips with these issues?